Good to know Tom's channel is good for something, even if it is just killing giant orgy balls. Jesus Christ.
Wow. If you have Hellfire spell during this fight and use the meteor variant, you can wipe out all the bodies that... yeah. That's exactly what I used.
Yeah. This game's trophies are nothing but memes. You're not incorrect. Not in the slightest.
Yeah. I mean, people essentially made this into the meme game, and then, well, Konami essentially killed the, quote, killed the memes, end quote, by giving us the superior voice acting. Alright, there we go.
Oh god, I cannot think of anything I could possibly do to make Discord work better.
I build background programs if you haven't already.
I have no background programs.
Okay. Then I can only think of one thing. Are you only able to use wireless internet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's because the router is downstairs in my mother's office, and
okay.
And in order to get an Ethernet cable down to the router, we'd have to run it through the floor.
Oh, okay.
Which would take a lot of effort that we're not willing to go through.
Yeah. Actually, let's see if I can do something about it. Just really quick. Just like turn the bitrate down to like, I guess, a tiny bit. 28.
Yeah, you went super robotic.
I turned it down to 28.
Still red. It may be on my end, but like I said, I've disconnected and reconnected to my internet. I've restarted Discord. The only thing that I can think of is to reboot my computer, and my computer doesn't like being turned off.
That means it takes forever to reboot?
It does, because it tries to update, and something about my computer trying to update, it gets to like 70% and then blue screens. And it does that like 3 times, and then it says restoring your previous version of Windows. And then I get access to my computer back. And it's just like, I don't know what's going on. I've looked it up. There's nothing about it. I can't deal with it, so I just don't.
Yeah, that's very weird.
Also, screw that Night Snake just went past that freaking yo-yo blade takes like 1/3 of your health.
I don't think it took 1/3 of my health.
Well, the disc knights are always pretty great.
Yeah. They dropped the dual sword if you haven't gotten it, which I did anyways. I love how the skeleton is carrying that giant skull just run away after you kill the skull. That's the catacombs done and done, so now we're gonna head back over to the Royal Chapel. There we go, that's what I want to do.
Oh, you're trying to use Wing Smash?
Yeah.
Or you were, I guess. There you go. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. It just kind of stops after a moment. Super Metroid does have backtracking if you ever want to 100% the game or move on to kill another boss.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, actually that's right. You have to backtrack in order to defeat Mother Brain. And I guess by extension, Kraid, I guess?
I wouldn't know. Haven't played it. It's kind of one of those things that's sort of, kind of on my list, but at the same time, not really. Oh good, I'm not the only one that does that tries to make sure that all of the spikes are broken.
Yeah.
Alucard, have you seen Richter?
There is a Belmont here. You're right about that.
I knew it. Where is he?
The one I saw.
Fun fact, if you
enemy.
keep doing the wing smash input while another wing smash is in use, you can extend it.
What?
Feel free to do that if you want to at least emulate the Saturn
You're
wings.
wrong. I have to go.
Huh. I never knew about that. I'll give that a try.
Oh boy.
I wonder what Simon and Richter's class mode routes will look like, since apparently everyone has their own version of the mode. Expecting Simon to fight Dracula at the end, not sure about Richter. Maybe we'll find a boss version of Alucard, since Rathalos is already pulling double duty as assist and boss.
Yeah, maybe. If Alucard is supposedly so powerful, then fighting him directly as a boss would be very rewarding. Well, yeah. Wouldn't be horrible.
That hunting girl has a sword that I can tame. That is, if you'll get over here. Or just die.
Oh no.
Okay.
Wait, did you...
Hmm?
Did you die? Okay, no, you
No. No, it's gonna be very hard for me to die in this castle.
I just briefly popped into another channel to see if my ping was still terrible, and it is. You know what? I'm gonna try rebooting my computer. I don't expect it to work, but just in case it does, better that I try, so I will be right back. It may take me a little bit longer for reasons that I already stated. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. BRB.
Right. We'll see you when you get back. Yeah, I can actually access... Well... Can't use the fireball as the bat, at least not yet. I assume that power-up is in the clock tower. Alright, one more, and then... I should be able to... I remember when GameXplain played this game, mostly Derek, he lost the cheesecake when he died. Rest in peace, cheesecake. Well, this version of Symphony of the Night is basically the PSP version, which is basically the Japanese version of Symphony of the Night. Basically, they added all the familiars that were cut from the original English version back into the game. So every item is back where it originally was in the Japanese version. And do I have any library cards? I do not. Oh darn. Well, that's okay. I still need to go somewhere in the Marble Gallery first, anyway. Yeah, Sony made the port because Konami hates you. And I assume that Konami was just like, fuck the fans, we're not doing shit. We're not letting you put any extra items or content in the game.
Well, I mean, it's Konami. Is anyone really surprised?
No, also no.
Hmm. Also, yeah, I'm back. That didn't do anything. I guess Discord is just shitting the bed tonight.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, well. Night Mage just linked what I assume is the opening sequence for God Eater 3 in the Discord. I don't really care.
The opening sequence, or at least the music for God Eater 1, was basically dubstep. I don't understand why, but it's basically Weebster Hunter World, or just Weebster Hunter.
More than likely just Weebster Hunter, honestly.
Yeah. Okay. For the wolf. Alright. We're at the middle of the clock tower. Not the clock tower, the marble gallery. We're in the clock room. So here, if you want to completely 100% the game, equip the silver ring that you got from Maria, the gold ring you got from defeating the succubus, in this room, and the clock hands will point to 6 and strike 13, I believe.
And it takes forever. It really does. It takes absolute ages.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I can jump up here if I haven't already. Oh, I already have, okay. So there's a save room over here, and I assume on the opposite end is a keyhole, I think. Can't exactly remember, since I've never played the game. Well, it's been ages since I played the game. Or actually, I think I remember, it's a heart refresh. Well, a life up and a heart up.
According to Goldstorm, now comes what was originally a Saturn exclusive boss.
So basically, we'll get to it when we get to it, but what comes up here next is what was a Saturn exclusive boss, which was definitely very cool.
Literally what I just said.
Yeah.
Alucard?
Of course, what this boss is, I don't even know.
I'm sorry. You were
I'm
right.
interested in finding
He is
out.
with the enemy.
So Maria's here,
In league with
and
Dracula.
He
she's
must
just
be
realized
under
that, of
someone else's
course,
control. We can't hurt
Richter
him,
is the lord of the
whatever we do.
castle, thinks he's being
But
brainwashed,
he must be stopped.
Yes, but can you?
and
Then
since
for all
Maria's
our
the only one
sakes,
here,
tell me that you will.
we get to fight her!
Oh,
And she was the Saturn exclusive boss, though she actually attacks much differently than she does in the Saturn version.
oh,
The Saturn
jeez.
version, in the Saturn version, she basically plays like Mega Man. Whereas here, it's basically her Rondo of Blood incarnation.
Interesting. I would not have guessed that you fight her, honestly. Oh yeah, also fun fact, in the Saturn version, Maria will mop the floor with you. Which kind of makes me wonder why she's even there. If you know, actually can't fucking... I don't know.
I'm just gonna keep jumping on her head.
I don't like hopeless boss fights, so... Yeah, Soul Steel won't work. If you're gonna use any spell, probably...
Yikes!
Spirit.
Holy shit.
What? Alright, let me see. Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I am not going to be able to do that. Shit! Quit using Suzaku!
Fucking anti-air. Alucard is now Mario. Oh, Jesus. Are you seriously just looping her in the corner with dive kicks?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there we go.
You're stronger than I am.
Wow.
You can save Richter. Will you?
And you said you don't
I
use
can't
cheats.
promise that, but I will stop him.
If it must be that way.
Wow.
Here.
It's not a cheat if it's in the game.
Take them.
You're stronger than I am.
If you wear them, you can see beyond
Not
illusions.
really.
Thank you. I go to find Richter
In like the loosest
and pray for
sense.
him.
You know, all these head stomps should probably kill her, or at least give her brain damage.
Yeah, gameplay and story segregation. I think the one good piece of Saturn content missing from the Dracula X Chronicles port was the Alucard spear found in one of the side areas. It had special inputs for a flurry stab and a screen-length giant laser, one of the best weapons overall.
Yeah, that's right. Because in the Saturn version, there's a small passageway that connects Rox's headquarters and I believe the library, if that's correct. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. And it also introduces the underground garden that's right underneath the castle entrance.
Hmm.
And I believe that's where you get the Alucard spear, I think.
Alucard spear, Symphony of the Night, Saturn only. You find it in the Hell Garden, which is the Reverse Castle's version of the Underground Garden.
Oh, okay.
Like its counterpart, it was also intended for inclusion in the original PlayStation version.
So I'm curious, why didn't they add those in the PSP version and also by extension this version?
Dunno. Favorite Alucard voice, Robert Belgrade, PS1 dub, Yuri Lowenthal, this, or the actor from the Netflix show. Oh, God. You can't even compare them. But Yuri doesn't do a very good job, in my opinion. I don't know. The voice just doesn't fit. I'd have to go with either... Oh... Yeah, well, like I said, it's really difficult to pick up preference because they don't really... like I said, you can't really compare them. They're just too different. Like, Robert Belgrade gives him, like, this super deep world... I guess, like, world-traveled kind of voice, I guess. And the Netflix Alucard makes him sound like a quiet kind of snarky. Well, like Sypha calls him, basically he's a teenager in an adult's body.
Yeah.
He's more casual, but also has a really sharp, natural tone to his voice. Yeah. Of course, when it comes to
yeah.
When it comes to Alucard and all that, all I can think of is Sypha basically playing babysitter to him and Trevor. I'll go find us a covered wagon if you two can promise not to kill you. No, please. We're not children. And then she leaves and Trevor goes, "Eat shit and die." And
yes, fuck
Alucard
you.
just says, "Yes, fuck." And then just start laughing. So dumb, but I love it.
Thinking about that way, the voice actor for the TV for the Netflix series, rather, gives more life to Alucard, I think.
Which is ironic, considering he's a vampire.
Yeah.
Yes, Alucard says fuck in the Netflix show. Pretty much everyone curses. And honestly, I kind of like it, because...
I mean, it technically is being given a dark fantasy type of vibe, and it works in its favor.
Yeah. I still love how they made Trevor a drunk pisshead in Netflixmania. Yeah, I love how they made Trevor just like an absolute, just done with everything.
May I show
God.
you?
How about this?
See, is there anything else that I can buy, just out of curiosity?
I still think Belgrade's voice itself sounds better for Alucard, but the Netflix actor does a far better job of actually portraying the guy. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that a lot.
Thank you.
I wouldn't bother buying the magic scrolls. Basically, all they do is, okay, don't set the garnet.
Oops.
Or
why?
because you could have done the Sword Brothers glitch later, but
I'm pretty sure I can find another one again somewhere.
no, probably.
How about this?
But I am going to buy Joseph's cloak, since, well, that is a trophy.
Is that?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, equip it. And the music is still playing over the menu for some reason.
Yeah, it does.
Alright. Cloak color, let's see. There we go. Technicolor Dreams.
Technicolor Dreamboat. I don't believe that the Sword Brothers glitch works in the PS4 game. Read that while looking for the duplicator trophy online. Are you serious? They didn't. They didn't patch it out. You can't be serious.
See, I guess I'll invert the cloak for Alucard. Just red on the outside, black on the inside. Yeah, puke green.
Ugh.
That's good.
Also, how the hell did you manage to get enough money for the Joseph's cloak in the normal castle?
I sold
a
jewels.
lot.
That's how that happened.
Yeah.
So, what is the Sword Brothers glitch?
Basically, it involves activating the Sword Brothers spell, talking to the librarian while the animation is going on, and being able to open the menu while you're in the shop menu, something which you normally can't do. And the glitch itself basically forces whatever jewel you want to sell to underflow, so it maxes out at, I think, 255, and then selling them all for...
I see. So, it would essentially make all the jewels sellable at a very high price.
Fuck me. The sword familiar money glitch doesn't seem to be working. Am I doing something wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. This glitch and almost every other classic glitch from the game have been patched / corrected in this version. I'm not
To
happy,
kill Rising.
in case you couldn't tell.